Hello everyone, so welcome to this video. In this video, we will be talking about singular and plural nouns. First and foremost, let us identify what is a noun. So as I had mentioned in my previous videos, a noun is a word that is used to identify a person, place, or a thing. Now, these nouns can be categorized based on the number into two parts as singular nouns and plural nouns. Now let us talk about singular nouns. So, singular means one. The word singular here, it refers to one. So singular nouns means one person, place, or thing. For an example, a doctor, one doctor. A school, one school. An apple, one apple. A cat, one cat. So here, this is the way we represent singular nouns. To show that there is only one, we use the words or letters a and an. So how do we use a and an? Normally before vowels we use an. Before consonants we use a. So if you want to get a clear understanding about the use of a and an, I suggest you all watch my previous video and I will put the link to it in the description below. And also, in order to understand this lesson more clearly, I suggest you all watch my video on vowels and consonants because it will be very helpful in the next part of this lesson. Okay? So now moving on, now we are going to talk about plural nouns. Now the word plural refers to two or more. The word plural refers to two or more. So if we refer to two or more people, places or things, we consider those plural nouns. For an example, 2 lawyers, 5 schools, 10 eggs, 3 foxes, 5 fish, 6 knives. Okay, so whenever we write or talk about plural nouns, we have to make sure we add some letters to the end, like s for an example, or perhaps es. Or in some words, we just simply don't add anything, we can leave it as it is. Sometimes we have to add something like ives, ves, cancelling the f. So now let us get a clear understanding about how we pluralize nouns. So to begin with that, let us consider the most simple, the most regular way we pluralize most of. The first method of pluralizing a noun is you simply add an s to the end of the singular noun. For an example, cat, you add an s to the end to pluralize it. Rat, you add an s, rats, to pluralize it. Mat, you add an s, it makes mats. Okay, so that is our first method of pluralizing nouns. Moving on to our second method. Now, there are some singular nouns that end with these letters: S, double S, SH, CH, X, or Z. So if these nouns end with these letters, you simply add an ES to the end of it to make it plural. For an example, bus, it ends with an S, so we add ES. Dress, it ends with SS or double S, so we add ES. Brush, it ends with SH, so we add ES, brushes. Lunch, it ends with CH, so we add ES and it's lunches. Fox ends with an X, we add ES, foxes. Blitz, we add ES, as here there is a Z, you get blitzes. Okay, so now with that let's move to the third way to pluralize a noun. Now, some singular nouns will end with S or Z. Now, these nouns are required to double that last letter and then we must add ES. For an example, fez. It ends with Z, so we double the letter. We write Z twice and then we add ES. Gas, it ends with S, so you double the S and add ES. It forms gases. Okay, so let's now go to our fourth method. Now there are some nouns that end with F or FE. So the F is often changed to VE before adding the S to form the plural version. For an example, knife, there is a F and a E. You get FE, so it's knives. Wife, there is F and E, so we cancel the F and we add a VES. Wolf, we cancel the F and then we add VES. So here the basic rule is you cancel F and instead you write VES. Okay, that is the basic rule here. But there are some exceptions. For an example, roof, you don't add VES, you don't cancel the F. You just write roofs, you add an S. Belief, you don't cancel F and add VES, but you write beliefs by adding an S. Chef, it's chefs. Chief, it's chiefs. So here in these words, we do not cancel the F and add VES. Instead, we simply add an S. And in most of these words, you can find a vowel before the F. Okay? So that is our fourth one. Moving on to the fifth one. If a singular noun ends with Y, the letter Y, and the letter before Y is a consonant, we change the endings to IES to make the noun plural. For an example, city. Here there is a Y and the letter before Y is T, which is a consonant. Therefore, you cancel Y and you simply add IES. You get cities. Puppy. Before Y comes P, which is a consonant. Therefore, we can cut off the Y and add IES. Puppies. Baby. You cut off the Y because we have B, which is a consonant, and add IES, babies. Fairy. You cut off the Y and add IES, you get fairies. So that is our fifth method. So in our sixth method, if the singular noun ends with Y and the letter before Y is a vowel, if it is a vowel here, we simply add an S to make it plural. Toys. The letter before Y is O, therefore it's a vowel, therefore we simply add an S, toys. Boy. Letter before Y is a vowel O, therefore it's boys. So now for these methods we should know what vowels and consonants are, and that is the reason why I told y'all to watch the video that I made on vowels and consonants. So if y'all want to know what is a vowel and what is a consonant, please watch the video that I had recommended, and I will be putting the link to that video in the description below. So anyway, moving on to our seventh method. If the noun ends with O, you add ES to make it plural. Potato, it ends with O, so you simply add ES, potatoes. Tomato, you add ES after the O, so it's tomatoes. Now, there are some exceptions to these rules. For an example, photo, you simply add an S, photos. Piano, you can write it as pianos. Volcanoes and volcanoes. Now, the word volcano is quite special because normally in English we accept both these terms to be correct. Even if you add ES, OS, they are accepted most of the time. So moving on to the eighth method. Now if the noun, that is singular of course, ends with US, the plural is frequently I. For an example, cactus, it ends with a sound, it ends with US. Its cacti is the plural. Focus ends with US. You add I instead of US, it's foci. Locus, instead of the US, you can simply add I, loci. So with that, let's move to the ninth method. Here, if the singular nouns end in IS, the plural ending is ES. For an example, analyzes. The plural is analysis. Axis, plural is axis. The IS is replaced with ES. Now the 10th method, if the singular noun ends with ON, the plural is A. Phenomenon, phenomena, it ends with ON, the plural ends with A, so A replaces the ON. Criterion, criteria. Okay, that's our 10th method. So now the 11th method is that really it's something that we must remember very clearly. In the English language, there are some nouns that do not change when they are pluralized. For an example, sheep. The singular noun is sheep. The plural noun too is sheep. Series. Singular noun is series. Plural noun is series. Fish. Singular noun is fish. Plural noun is fish. Species. Singular noun is species. Plural noun is species. Deer. Singular it's also deer. Plural it's also deer. Okay, so with that, let's move to the next part, which is quite important. That is pluralization of irregular nouns. Now, nouns can be categorized into several other subcategories. One such subcategory is known as irregular nouns. So we will talk about that in the near future videos. But for the moment, let's just remember that there are some words in the English language that have no specific rule during pluralization, especially irregular nouns. For an example, child. The plural is children. Goose. It's geese. Man. Men. Woman. Women. Tooth. Teeth. Foot. Feet. So, mouse. Mice. Person. People. So, like that, there are some irregular nouns that have no specific rule to be pluralized. So it's best to go through Google or use a dictionary in order to find the proper plural of these nouns. So with that, we came to the end of our lesson. Hope you all enjoyed the video and understood this lesson. So until next time, bye.